I have found you, apprentice knight, enemy of my king.
I freaking love robots. I just love the way developers can create anything with that kind of topic in mind. I mean, just look at all these. But of course, since you heard my lovely voice and we're talking about mechanical bosses, some of you might already guess which series I'm gonna cover. Can you just let me finish and then cry out loud? Thanks. Okay, so since I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts, you already guessed what I was going to talk about.
Gotcha!
Huh? Dr. Finkelstein's experiment did it!
Yes, the experiment is on this list and deserves to be this high. Why? Because it's the boss from Kingdom Hearts. Yay! Oh boy. And it is also a very challenging battle. This fight is very unique among the Kingdom Hearts roster of bosses because it provides you with different experiences and not some redundant attack patterns. This machine was constructed by Dr. Finkelstein but ran away and started stealing Christmas presents. So it's up to Sora and the group followed by Jack Skellington to stop it. This leads up to the fight itself. The experiment is quite the versatile fighter, showing different phases during the fight. The normal phase is pretty basic. It will punch the ground to create shockwaves, slide, tries to suck you up with its poltergeist ripoff, and shoot you with a at the same time. Sometimes its arm will fall and try to hit you. Its second phase is a bit more special. It will separate its torso from the rest of its body and will start attacking you with its spinning attack. Anyway, during that, normal head will also try to kill you with its... Here you will have to use reaction command to throw the body into the head to make damage. It can also attach itself to its arms and then proceeds to attack you with multiple punches. This battle overall puts your blocking and dodging skills to test because that machine really puts you up in sticky situations and it can get pretty annoying sometimes. Can you just die already? So, this battle is very enjoyable from beginning to end, and it really earns its spot at number 10, especially on Proud Mode. I dare you to try it out yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some angry fanboys who wants me to change the topic that I need to take care of.
We did it! The mystery is solved!
Hey, you!
Pikachu.
I said no, Pikachu! I say mechanical bosses, you say 3 words. Large? Mechanical? Bossy? Is that good enough for an opening?
No!
I'm sorry, I'll start again! Please don't hurt.
Bowser Jr. is a real daddy's boy. He sidles with his father's evil footsteps. He gets his own freaking airship, and he rarely ever fights. And in this case, Daddy has got him a little pet mechanical tank called Megalug. Woof. Wake up, Mario! It's time to fight and save the princess for the 20th time!
Residing as the end boss in the terrace during Super Mario Galaxy. How did you get here? It might be hard to believe, but the little runt Bowser Jr. commands the giant mechanical Sniffit. Have you seen the size of him? He could crush you like a Mr. Game & Watch pancake. During the epic level, Bowser Jr.'s Robot Reactor, which for some reason has his main daddy's head there instead. But the galaxy's not even shaped like a Bowser! I'm sorry, Nintendo. The last time I checked, Bowser didn't have a robot-shaped blemish on his face. Anyhow, you arrive at a small bullet-built manifested planet, which cleverly teaches you what to do in the following fight with Megaleg. Take the bullet bill for a walk. Here, boy. Come on, boy. Good boy. Good boy. I'll go. So after warping, you realise that Bowser Jr. is small enough to fit into Megaleg about 1 billion times. And we also discover his immaculate grammar. Use a capital letter for a noun! But then he flies away to leave us to suffer. Maybe he doesn't want to see it. Does this mean that Bowser Jr. is secretly nice? So he leaves you to face the empowering Megaleg. But before you go cry on game packs that you can't do it, just appreciate this really easy boss. Megaleg's main attraction is his free, gravity-flipping mechanical legs to scale up, 2 at the side and 1 at the back. All with one goal: to squish your little Italian Billy to pieces! Megaleg can also shoot pesky bullet bills to prevent your climb. How does he create them? Ah, he's chasing me! Ah, he's chasing me! Gotta get squished! Gotta get squished! Stop chasing me, Bill! No, 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 please no Megaleg, please no Bill! Bill! You saved my life! Bill? Bill?
It'll be a while before.
But after scaling up his knees, ankles, you basically discover the main way to kill Megaleg. And it's a creative one. Nintendo have always been good with bosses, with one exception. So once you figure out how to defeat this puzzle boss, you smash open his cage and bam. My ears! Imagine if you were a criminal and that alarm set off.
Stop! This is a burglary! You have the right to remain silent! Ah! 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 Ah!
And when I said this was easy to begin with, it's only because the bells are so suicidal! Gee, some bullets they are. Imagine if you were trying to shoot a bullet and exploded before contact.
I can't take it anymore. Megaleg wasn't in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Goodbye, cruel world.
Once breaking the cannon battery's alarm system, you know things are getting serious when Kando gets serious! Thus the intense music signals more bullet bills and an increased challenge because you have to break down the gates before they pop back up again. It's too bright! This fight is so grand. It makes you feel so victorious, giving Megaleg a taste of his own babies. But we can do this! We can make a difference! Megaleg 2005! So you defeat Megaleg after working out the puzzle for like the 18th time and the bills keep on respawning. You discover the power that's inside as he explodes into a grand star, which powers Rosalina's ship. So you're using his corpse. E for everyone. But when revisiting the planet, he appears to have taken over the whole galaxy after exploding into nothing. You just saw that, didn't you? I'm not going crazy. How did he get put back together? Oh, and apparently Megaleg resembles Smoke from War in the Worlds. I don't know, I've never seen it.
Overall, the fight with Megaleg is good. Time to get some sleep now.
Staring at me!
Time for number 8.
Because no one liked Gangnam Style in the last countdown, here it is.
There are so many hearts that are connected to yours. You're me, so you can feel what I felt.
The Metal Gear franchise has always had some sort of great mechanical boss. Metal Gear Solid 1 had the Metal Gear Rex fight, Metal Gear Solid 2 had the Metal Gear Raze, Snake Eater had the Shagohod, and Metal Gear Solid 4 had the Rex vs. Ray fight. However, what if we look outside the Metal Gear Solid games? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Metal Gear Excelsis. Metal Gear Excelsis is easily one of the best bosses in Rising, and for good reasons. First off, let's look at the size of this thing. It's freaking huge! Secondly, this is probably one of the most American boss fights ever, with quotes such as,
"Fear the wrath of the Uncle Sam needs to die.
All jokes aside, this is one hell of a fight. Metal Gear Excelsis has a few attacks that can be extremely devastating if you're not careful, such as its giant knife, claw, hand things, its legs, and finally, its lasers. No, that joke is overdone. Anyway, the way you do damage to it is by attacking its knife hand things as it attacks you until you do enough damage to cut off one of its legs. Once you do this twice, you start the final attack, which is completely badass, by the way. Raiden literally lifts the Metal Gear and throws it down, and then rips one of its knife hand things and starts slashing away at the thing until you toss it right onto it, causing it to explode. It sounds like a complete boss fight, doesn't it?
But wait! There's more!
Just listen to that music. Now, I won't spoil who pilots Excelsis. All you need to know is that it's a complete slap to the face, like this. All in all, this is one hell of a boss fight, fitting for the Metal Gear series.
Most of Kirby 64's bosses fit with the environment of their level. The grassland level has a tree for a boss. The water level has an orca. The lava level has a lava monster. And the ice level has a nice— Wait a minute, what?! Okay, was that really necessary? Moving on. Though there was a factory stage beforehand, how many people honestly guessed that the boss of the Icy Shiver Star was a giant robot? I mean, the picture for the boss stage shows something white, so I was expecting a giant snow monster or something like that. But nope, we instead got the HRH. While this boss may not be as intimidating as some of the other ones on this list, it's still pretty dang cool. HRH has 4 different attacks, making for quite the variety. It can shoot 4 missiles at you that stick into the ground and explode a few seconds later. The missiles can be inhaled and used against the boss. HRH will also sweep its arms across the stage. The arms are the weak point, and you usually will only have a brief moment to try and attack them before they dart back to safety. HRH will occasionally attempt to grab Kirby and slam him into the ground. Even if you dodge the grab, HRH will still pound the ground and produce damaging boulders. Finally, the boss can attack with a laser that will sweep across the whole stage. Once HRH's HP bar has been depleted, it will fly onto the stage, change into its HRE form, and proceed to chase Kirby down. The screen begins to auto-scroll as HRE slowly chugs forward, launching missiles and attempting to snip Kirby with its scissor-like claws. It will also occasionally rocket off the screen and crash back down in an attempt to crush you. You must use the missiles or copy abilities to damage HRE's body while dodging its attacks. After taking enough damage, the HRE will shut down and reward you with a crystal shard. Like most Kirby bosses, this fight isn't that hard, especially if you have a good copy ability. But HRH's good attack variety and cool design, combined with the fact that it operates on its own, give it a well-deserved spot on this list.
It's surprisingly boring!
The next entry is very well-known robot. He's not a big robot, he's blue and have evil red eyes, he's insane robot, he's badass character, and he has at least one superb boss fight. And that robot is no other than...
Lawrence! I'm rehearsing my epic romantic action comedy space opera!
Oh yeah! Dr. Nefarious from Ratchet & Clank series is one of my personal favorite characters of all time. And all 3 superb battles against him are not exception. But which one am I choosing? Let's take a look at the bosses.
The Age of Robots! You are my robot lover. Get my sparkles go zap, zap, zap with your love. Lawrence!
Oh,
dear, that was your audition for Galactic Idol, wasn't it? My mistake, sir. Dreadfully sorry. By all means, sir. Carry on.
Although the battle against him in Quark Vidcomic 4 is hard, there's nothing special in it. And the battle against him in A Cracking Time is fun and intense, but it's kinda easy boss if you ask me. So that leaves the battle against Dr. Nefarious at the end of Ratchet & Clank 3. This fight is absolutely amazing. When you start the battle, you have to skydive to Nefarious and dodge a large barrage of missiles while you're falling.
You again? You will pay for your insolence, you miserable rodent. You'll regret...
Sorry, Nefarious. Your flight's been cancelled.
Lawrence! Lawrence? Lawrence!
How can I be of assistance?
Annihilate him!
Just kidding. You've reached my holographic voicemail. Leave your name and a brief message. Ta-ta!
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Then the fight itself begins. Just like in any other boss in Ratchet & Clank series, all you need to do is to shoot the boss with your weapons. Nefarious has 3 attacks in battle. Holograms that try to slice you, firing red lasers from his hands, and throwing energy bombs on ground. After Nefarious is out of part of his HP, you'll see one very unexpected scene. Let's watch.
I am defeated. I have no choice but to throw myself on your mercy.
Really? I mean, that's right, Nefarious. Your reign of terror is finally...
Sucker!
I bet nobody didn't see that coming. After that, you have to chase Nefarious and watch out his robot army and his new laser attack. When you catch up with Nefarious, he has now 2 new attacks on the table. Those previously mentioned lasers and shooting barrages of missiles. And he has more and more holograms to use when he has less and less HP. Just keep firing him for a while and the fight is over. This fight would be worth it to be final boss instead of that lame battle against Bio-Obliterator. Lastly, my favorite boss team ever plays during this fight. Overall, Dr. Nefarious battle is my favorite boss fight because of my favorite video game villain and my favorite boss team of all time. Let's celebrate with some rock music, shall we? Enough said.
Ah, Pokemon. A great series you are. Jam-packed with hundreds of Pokemon, hundreds of trainers, enemies, and legendaries to fight. No wonder that you would have at least one mechanical Pokemon battle.
Wait a minute! Pokemon has a mechanical boss?
Why, yes they do.
But how is that even possible?
Good question. When it comes to mechanical bosses of Pokemon, I count them as an enemy or antagonist, as a near full team of Pokemon that are, technically speaking, are mechanical. So it does count. Anyway, in Black and White 2, we were introduced to a new villain, Colress, a new antagonist, and the supposed leader of Team Plasma this time. though those of you who have played it ends up with it being him. Anyway, his team is full of machine/metal Pokemon, with the exception of Behem and the Washer Rotom. And yes, this counts as a mechanical boss fight. Since the Pokemon are metal types, they all but the two have machine-like qualities, such as Klinklang is made of gears, and Magneton and Magnezone are basically robots with magnets attached. Personally, this is one of my favorite battles in the series, and being able to fight him over and over makes it even more satisfying. Even the battle theme is amazing. However, it is this high due to the most of his Pokemon are mechanical, and not all of them. And the fact that they are metal Pokemon and Colress himself isn't a machine. But oh well, I'm still satisfied with such an amazing, awesome Pokemon battle.
Mode of experimentation and observation, that's all a true scientist cares about. And I am a scientist. Everything in the world is an experimental test subject. Of course, that includes myself as well.
I'm not brushing you off. I'm just thinking about everyone we've lost fighting this war.
Quadraxis is just a fucking amazing boss fight. There really isn't a lot to this thing. It's a robot, it's in your way, and you have to dismantle this hulking monstrosity piece by piece. The fight starts out with you destroying Quadraxis' body, while at the same time dodging his machine guns, Annihilator Beam, and top powers of death. After blowing his body up, you'd think the fight would be over. But no, his body is still delivering signals to its head. You then have to destroy the connection between the body and the head by using the Echo Visor to track the signals between the head and body and destroy them at the source. So now the fight is over, right? No! Somehow, the head is still being powered. You then stun the head and jump on it using Spider Ball tracks, and then you end the machine by using bombs to blow up its head. Holy shit, did you just hear that description? This has to be one of the most complete boss battles ever put together, and at its awesome and slightly underrated boss theme and its incredibly badass design, and you have yourself one of the greatest boss battles out there.
You look ridiculous!
Hey, guess what? No More Heroes is in another countdown. The bosses in this game, as you might have seen in other countdowns, are awesome. But did you know that my favorite boss is actually not Alice, Margaret, or Henry? It's actually a huge robot. And as you might have guessed by that, that boss is Dr. Let's Shake. Dr. Let's Shake is actually the only boss in No More Heroes which actually appeared in both of the games. Unless it counts Sir Henry Motherfucker, that is. Let's start with his appearance in No More Heroes 1. Here he's only called Let's Shake and is the 5th ranked assassin. He's a cocky little rocking prick which totally reminds me of Zed from Lollipop Chainsaw. Hell, they look very similar. Funny seeing as both games were made by Suda51. Anyways, back to No More Heroes. In this game, you don't get to face him. Why? Because Sir Henry motherfucker goes,
"Surprise, motherfucker!"
and kills him before you get the chance to. Which leads me to the second game. Here, Dr. Letshakes comes with Sir Henry and surprises Travis once again when he was supposed to only fight some assassins in an arena. Dr. Letshake actually is just Letshake's brain put in his machine, the Earthquake Maker, and that made Dr. Letshake get control over it. And a hilarious speech pattern got added in the long run.
Visual sensor suggests carnage level satisfactory. Who is my next victim? Question mark.
Then the battle starts. Dr. Letshake can fly around the stage making earthquakes, which are pretty dangerous. Just keep some distance away from him and you'll be safe from that. But if you're not careful enough, this attack takes away half of your health, making it an extremely powerful attack. He can also fire his lasers on Travis. This is not as powerful as the Earthquake, but it has better accuracy than the Earthquake had. When Travis finally reaches Letshake's brain, you have defeated the boss, and ironically enough, he explodes a second time. What about the music? Well, to quote Dinka Stinga, it's just as catchy as the DuckTales theme. Good luck trying to get that out of your head.
If you know me, then you would know that I love Okami. It is a beautiful game with a great story, gameplay, music, and of course, boss battles. But by a landslide, the best boss in the Okami series is Yami, the entity of darkness and evil and the embodiment of darkness and evil himself. At the beginning of the fight, Yami causes a solar eclipse, which as you know, blocks out the sun, stripping Ami of her powers. Then Yami reveals himself. He is a small fish embryo looking thing which represents two things. All evil starts small and even the smallest being can possess true evil. In his first form he will try to slash you in the ground. Sometimes he summons a fist to smash it and other he just slams into it. He will also try to chop you with saws and launch missiles at you. This form is based on humans' desire to destroy. He's relatively easy in this form and it shouldn't be hard taking him down. During the entire fight, you will gradually gain back your brush techniques by hurting Ami. In the second form, he turns to a green floating ball that will attempt to incinerate you, representing humans' desires to burn and incinerate. He will also split into several pieces where you can climb up to the piece with the true form on it and slash at it. In the third form, it will turn to a giant slot machine, representing humans' desire to gamble and take risks. Yami's attacks are based on the outcome of the slot machine, however it can also heal your items. In the fourth and final form, it will turn into a two-legged thing with energy arms, representing humans' desire to use energy for destructive means. He will also attempt to destroy you with solely energy attacks, and finally you lay the final blow on Yami. Then, while Ami is doing her victory howl, Yami grabs her and leaves her near death. He then transforms into his final form, a hand, representing humans' desire to use their hands for evil. When it seems all is lost, a heart-wrenching cutscene takes place where Isun accepts his fate of being Ami's celestial envoy and restores all faith in Ami to the people of his pictures. With all the prayers and faith given to Ami, she and the celestial brush gods are restored to her most powerful form. Then, it comes time to finally destroy Dark Lord by the use of Yami's weakness, sunlight. In this epic conclusion, you duel against Yami and it is just plain awesome. And the song that plays, Rising Sun, is just beautiful. Overall, Yami is an amazing conclusion to an amazing game. We really couldn't have asked for anything more for the final boss of this game.
Gentlemen?
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The #1 mechanical boss in video game history is 343 Guilty Spot. Oh, wait a minute. This doesn't seem right. Ah, here it is. Cue the #1 entry. As you might have guessed, GLaDOS is the #1 spot on this list. And how can she not be? The final battle against her in Portal 1 was phenomenal. Her personality throughout both games are hilarious, and the best part, the amount of character development she goes through in both games. In the first game, after going through all 19 chambers, you get to face her in a simple yet fun boss battle, where you throw 3 of her personality cores down an incinerator. And in Portal 2, where she turns into a potato of all things, after Wheelie takes control of the Aperture Science Facility, and an even more epic final boss, where you get thrown into space! You get the picture? This scene happens.
You know, being Carolyn taught me a valuable lesson. I thought you were my greatest enemy, when all along you were my best friend. The surge of emotion that shot through me when I saved your life taught me an even more valuable lesson, where Carolyn lives in my brain.
Carolyn, delete.
Goodbye, Carolyn. You know, deleting Carolyn just now taught me a valuable lesson. The best solution to a problem is usually the easiest one. And I'll be honest, killing you is hard. You know what my days used to be like? I just tested. Nobody murdered me, or put me in a potato, or fed me to birds. I had a pretty good life. And then you showed up, you dangerous, mute lunatic. So you know what? You win. Just go.
That pretty much solidifies her spot on this list. This has been the Gaming Family signing off. Till next time.
Destroyed my beautiful bride. We were supposed to get married next week.
Do you want to marry it? Well, I won't let you. How does that feel?